Welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy. This is Andy from Aging Gaming, and today we are going to continue with our story. But first, before we get into it, I realized that I hadn't really shown you any of the winter decorations around Hogwarts, and so I would like to do that. And we're going to start out at the main hall, or the Great Hall. So here we go. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes and show this because the artwork is outstanding, as you can see. Wow. They've really put a lot of effort into this, and I think they did an amazing job. Look at that. I think it's just gorgeous. If you were in Hogwarts and you weren't in the holiday spirit, you're missing something. I think you're broken. But let's head outside. See what we can find. This is just a normal winterscape out here.
Imelda Reyes is always
But
arranging broom trials. She's only trying to top her old records. Such a show-off. I don't know about demigods.
I personally think it's beautiful. I'm not sure about flying kites in the middle of winter, but, you know, you do you. Okay, let's see. Now we're going to go here. And again, decorated for holidays. Beautiful Christmas tree theme. I just love the artwork and what they've done with this. And I hope you enjoy it too. Let's see what they're doing in Hogsmeade.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Feels a little warmer in Hogsmeade, doesn't it? But the decorations are much the same.
I have a terrible curse where I can't lift tools or do work of any kind.
I should think a house elf doesn't work as hard as me.
Lit up candles in the trees, garlands strung across the streets. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little holiday tour, because we are going to get back to the story. And we are going to go see Professor Fitzgerald in the map chamber. Neem, I think, is how they say that first name. And So we'll track the quest. Go to the map. And off we go. All right.
Welcome back.
There she is. How close do I have to get? Okay.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
The headmistress speaks. Okay. Gotta be someplace we can go. Ah. Speak to Professor Fig in his office. I believe we can arrange that.
Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
There's a good possibility.
Professor Fig, the Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A Polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Smart guy. Here we go.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Okay, we're gonna do this and follow the golden line, because tell you the truth, I'm not exactly sure where we're going.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp, places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
Really? Why can't we talk about potions here? Seems fine to me.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
That's a good question.
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners? If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
Gareth! Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here? Don't you have, somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor. Yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago, muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I hear you're getting quite good at those concoctions you brew. I say, why don't you bring a sample of your next batch to my office? I'd like to give it a try.
What? Yes, sir. I will. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Well, there's one for my diary.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
Do better.
Mr. Black, how are you, sir?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Watch yourself, it's the headmaster. Something is very wrong with Professor Black.
He's having so much fun screwing with people.
Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
I feel like he's ruining Professor Black, which is kind of cool.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
Headmaster, I hope it's not about anything I've been doing.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
It's a long travel.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Yeah, that's Black's fault.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that man.
You know, I don't know if I've shown
that
this
ought to
before,
give Professor Fig some breathing room.
But this suit of armor that's standing there got tired of the other suit of armor humming and just beat the living crap out of him. and scattered him. Don't worry, he'll come back.
Scrope's as hard a worker as any.
Ahem. Attention, Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
There you go.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Ah! Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
I'm sure that's true.
The Polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Right. Okay. The Polyjuice plot. Okay, I think... Nope. Trophy room? I think we need to go to the trophy room. Make sure we're on the right quest now. Yep.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password.
Revelio.
Toujours pure.
And there we go.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
That's a great question. One to which
Revelio.
I do not have an answer. Sorting hat. Sitting right here in the headmaster's office. Well, there's another one. Not all headmasters and headmistresses enjoy reliving the day-to-day challenges of running a school of witchcraft and wizardry. Some prefer to enjoy a well-earned nap when possible. Exciting. They're all asleep.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time?
Revelio.
Receipt: hair tonic, mustache wax, bundamum pomade. Never heard of that. Comb, pearl handled. Back scratcher, gold handled. Doxyside. Paid in very small part. Remainder to be billed to the ministry. Not the greatest guy around. Ooh, what's back here? Anything? Nope. All right.
That must be the pedestal.
I'm sure that it is. Well, but we're going to call it a day for now. And in the next episode, we will start the headmistress's trial. Fitzgerald. And that should be fun. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed our little tour of Hogwarts. And I know that I always enjoy the artwork of this game. And it's one of the reasons I love playing it, is just looking at some of the scenery just blows me away. Anyway, we're going to call it a day. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Join us whenever you can. We do really love our subscribers. And if you enjoyed this video, how about giving us a like? It just takes a second. And, you could share the video or leave a comment or both, and do all the things that YouTube absolutely loves. But anyway, until next time, this is Andy from Aging Gaming. Bye.